Let's talk a little bit about the great immigration train wreck of 2007. Now, this deal that W and certain members of both parties in Congress have whipped up has got all the right folks on the right all riled up. I'm not particularly sure what all the fuss is about. I mean, I don't think anyone really thought that either side was going to get their idea in without any compromise. I mean, the idea that we were going to first shut our borders completely and then deport 12 million illegal immigrants who could then do whatever they were going to do was never going to happen. I mean, it's a nice pipe dream. It's funny to think about, but we weren't going to do it. We don't have the political will. So given that that's not an option, given that we're not just going to open our borders completely and allow whoever wants to come in and then become a naturalized citizen, some sort of compromise was going to have to be made. And that compromise, in this case, doesn't seem to be all that egregious. It seems a little silly. Personally, I don't think it's going to do a whole lot. I mean, most of these people are not going to leave this country, go spend a few years or months or whatever they have to in their touchback in their home country before they apply for their Z visa. That's not going to happen, so I don't think that's really all that important. It did do some smart things. It increased the number of visas that we authorized to professionals and smart people, and it did a few things as far as toughening up the enforcement measures. That's really the only thing that has never really been brought to the table. If we want to stop illegal immigrants, then all we have to do is find anybody who hires them. If you can't get a job, you're not going to come to this country. So if that's what you really want, if that's what everybody's interested in, is stopping illegal immigration, then great. Let's go ahead and enforce our borders, but let's go ahead and start finding employers. That's where the actual enforcement should go, and that's the only real way to stop the problem. Now, given that most of these folks were more or less nudge, wink, winked into the country because we wanted them to come, we had jobs that we could give them, companies wanted to pay cheaper wages for illegal immigrant labor, well, why do we want to, now that most of these people are productive citizens, throw them out? Hey, at this point, let's check some backgrounds. If you've been committing crimes, bye. You can get onto the nearest bus. If you haven't, well, let's get you on the tax rolls. Let's get them paying taxes, and let's make them solid, regular, productive citizens. We obviously wanted that to happen.